days always start at 06. And I don't know. It just does. It does for all the right reasons, and I'm just sleepy. I slept okay, but not enough. How did you sleep? What was your night like last night? And what do you do when it's not smooth? Like, I know a lot of you out there are like not sleeping much at all. And I understand. I totally understand. And my heart goes out to you because I know what it's like not to sleep. And so I really want to dedicate this morning to you who, kind of experienced the night, wishing to slip into that wonderful place of sleep and, kind of disappearing for a little while and coming back refreshed. I'll dedicate today to you all because I feel you. I totally feel you. All right, so today's stanza is I titled today's training with a question. What shows up in the flows between us? What shows up in the flows between us? And here's the stanzas. We're on the 18th stanza. Your heart is full of fertile seeds waiting to sprout. Just as a lotus flower springs from the mire to bloom splendidly, the interaction of the cosmic breath causes the flower of the spirit to bloom and bear fruit in the world. Let's break that down by sentences. Your heart is full of fertile seeds waiting to sprout. Pretty self-explanatory. Just as a lotus flower springs forth from the mire, so mire's mud, something that's mired is kind of like sucked down into. The interaction of the cosmic breath causes the flower of the spirit to bloom and bear fruit in the world. So what is it that exists as the flow between us? Your heart is full of fertile seeds waiting to sprout. Just like a lotus flower springs forth from the mire to bloom splendidly, the interaction of the cosmic breath. So cosmic breath, right? So just think of the cosmic breath as something massive, something that exists around and within all things. What are some other words of things that exist like everywhere and within all things? And then that thing, whatever that is, whatever word you want to call it, causes the flower of the spirit to bloom and bear fruit. The flower of the spirit. What could that be? Leave it to you to decide. Let's practice real slow. So go ahead, get yourself squared away. My body's aching. Oh man, I'm a mess this morning. So just slow down. Let's go first bell. going straight to eyes closed. That bird, I'm going to tame my mind on that bird. And so when you pick something to tame your mind, it could be a sound of a bird outside. Could be the sound of maybe your dog breathing, or some kind of hum of a machine. And the way you kind of foster a more tamed mind is by kind of encouraging your mind to be focused on that thing and looking for its pattern, or looking for its nuanced expression. The type of expression you couldn't see if you just quickly kind of put your attention on it and it disappeared, but the kind of nuance that shows up when you focus your attention on something over several moments. Let's switch it up. Let's go touch. See if you can feel the difference between the sensation of your skin covered by clothing and your skin open to the air. Maybe the slight pressure of clothing in certain areas, maybe even sweat, slight dampness. Typically forearms, wrists, hands are open to the air. Now let's go into the body, second bell. Notice your ground, what's beneath you. Pelvis. Core. Heart space. Throat. Top of the head. Now bring your attention to your breathing. Third bell. Now visualize that sentence. The cosmic breath causing the seed within to spring forth. So as you take your next inhale, Imagine your breath expanding around that seed. Possibly your relationship to that seed could be your heart. You can imagine your heart as that seed. And as you breathe in deeply, envision the breath circulating around the heart. Just see if you can feel that. You look for the feeling of the breath coming in and the breath going out, but as you kind of visualize and feel the sensation, imagine a kind of a swirling around the heart, the breath moving in and around. And I mean, it's not so out of the realm of possibility. Your lungs surround your heart. And just kind of put a little extra imagination into the breathing process for the next 2 minutes. What do you call the flow that exists between us? So I don't like how I've interpreted this stanza. what I've said is every word you speak, every thought you have, every action is a seed, and that has the ability to grow and spread. Know your power. I think that's accurate. I think we often underestimate how much our engagement with life impacts life. I think we often misunderstand that. But I think that is in putting the emphasis in the wrong place. I think the emphasis is on the relationship and how the relationship between us, it's almost as though we are the mire, right? We are whatever you want to call the flow that exists between us. We are the mire that flow springs forth from. I can relate to that. I mean, I am regularly behaving as the mire, not the flower. So the emphasis on my power, I think, is the wrong place to put it. I think the key is to see the flow that exists between us as he calls it the cosmic breath. I mean, what do you want to call it? But I think that's the power. We're the mire, right? We're the tired masses, the foolish, we're all the things that, are mired in our ideas, in our identities, and but for the grace of whatever you want to call it that exists between us, exists in the flow between us, we are how that becomes actualized. I guess I get deep when I'm tired. But I would love to know what you think, what you would call the flow that exists between us. Anyway, I'm trying to be more intentional about how I finish each session. So I genuinely hope that you are experiencing a calm, relaxed nervous system. I genuinely hope that your spine and your breathing is comfortable and full. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Later on, we're done. See you tomorrow.